Hi everyone, am I audible? Hi everyone, I hope I'm perfectly audible. Hi students, am I audible to all of you? Yes? Am I audible to all of you? Do let me know in the chat section, guys. Am I audible or visible to you or not? Yes, please. Am I? Okay, so that's great. So welcome to Unacademy NEET English, guys. I'm your biology educator, Ambika Sharma, and today we are going to start a new chapter, and that is breathing and exchange of gases. So basically, we are going to start human physiology today, a very important unit for your NEET. Yes, so excited? So you students requested me to start with the human physiology. You know that I have given you two choices. Number one, plant physiology. Number two, human physiology. So majority was in the favor of human physiology. So we are starting with the first chapter, that is breathing and exchange of gases, which is a very simple, very interesting chapter. And we are going to finish it in 3 lectures. Okay? Right? So tell me, how are you all and how's your preparation going? Yes, everybody. So tell me in the chat section, right, how's your preparation going? I will not directly start with the chapter. I think we should have a little chit chat. Hai na? We are not meeting every day. So we should have a chit chat. So what's up? What's going on? How's the preparation? Or what are the challenges at this point of time that you guys are facing? Yep. Tell me. What are the challenges that you people are facing at this point of time? Nothing? Is it all going well? No tension, no stress, all good? Huh? Inconsistency. I can understand. I can understand. Then, other than that, so if everything is going fine, then it's good. If it is inconsistency, then it is literally something very serious and you really need to fight with it. You really need to fight with it. Trust me on that. Right? If you will be consistent, even if you, and there is no need to study for, 10 or 12 hours a day. Along with your classes, if you are able to revise everything in 3 hours or 4 hours, that is sufficient. But you have to be consistent. You have to do it every day. Okay, chali. So let's start the chapter. The name of the chapter is breathing and exchange of gases. One of the best chapters of the human physiology. So let's start. But before that, let's talk about the breathing and the respiration. So according to you, what is breathing? What is respiration? Yes. As per you, you have to tell me this. What is breathing or what is respiration? Quick. What is breathing or what is respiration? Or is it same or is it different? Quick. Is it same or is it different? Let's start. Yes, please. So what do you think? Is it same or different? So first of all, let me tell you students, when you are talking about the breathing, which is also known as ventilation, it is simply the exchange of gases. What is it? It is simply the exchange of gases. Here, you are not talking about the energy production or anything like that. No, there is simply the exchange of gases. It's a physical process, right, where we are inhaling or we are exhaling. Right, physical or mechanical process it is, in which we are inhaling or we are exhaling. But here you will not see that there is any energy production. Right, it is simply the first step of the respiration. right? It is simply what? It is simply the first step of the respiration. Now, what exactly is a respiration? It's a biochemical process, right? So yes, I can say that it's a chemical process in which what is happening? What exactly is happening in the respiration? In the respiration, basically, there is a breaking. There is breaking of what? There is a breaking of carbon-carbon bond. Okay, so which carbon-carbon bond are we going to break here? Simply the bond present in your sugars, or I would say the bond present in the food. So basically there is a breaking of carbon-carbon bond, right? And that too in multiple steps, and that too in enzymatically controlled way, so that energy, that is your ATP, can be produced. So here you are just simply exchanging the gas. Here basically we will inhale so that we can get the oxygen, and in the respiration that oxygen will be used to basically to do what? To oxidize the food, right? So that energy can be released. So that is the difference. So these two things are not same. It's just that breathing is the first step of respiration. So here you guys can see, right? So here we have the 5 main steps when we are talking about the respiration. The very first is breathing, which is also known as pulmonary ventilation. Very first is what? Breathing, which is also known as pulmonary ventilation, in which what is happening? Atmospheric air will come inside, and CO2, which is a metabolic waste, right? It will pass outside, right? It will be exhaled. This is the first step. Now, of course, if I talk about the humans, I believe you all are aware that we have lungs, and in the lungs we have the alveoli. What do we have? We have the alveoli. What are these alveoli? They are the alveoli. It is the primary site for exchange of gases, isn't it? What's that? It is the primary site for exchange of gases. So basically when we are going to inhale, the air will come to these alveoli, right? They are having abundant blood supply. So oxygen from here, it will pass to the blood capillary nearby, and the CO2 will pass here. Okay, so this is going to happen here. So here what do you see? You will see the diffusion of gases. What you people are going to see here? You are going to see the diffusion of gases between alveoli and the surrounding blood vessel or blood capillary, isn't it? So this is going to happen next. After what? After your breathing, right? After what? After the breathing, this is going to happen here. Now, when you talk about this particular part, we are saying that diffusion will occur. So what exactly is the diffusion? So it is the movement of these gases here. And how? From their higher concentration to their lower concentration. So how these gases will pass, students? From their higher concentration to their lower concentration. So after that, the next step is going to be, of course, these blood capillaries, the blood present here, that will carry the oxygen to the different parts of the body, to the different tissues. Now here what's going to happen? Now this blood capillary, right, this blood vessel, it is having more oxygen, right, and here it is having less carbon dioxide. And when you talk about the tissue in which metabolism is going on, here in this particular tissue, students, what is happening? Here in this particular tissue, for their reactions, they need oxygen, and during that metabolic process, they have formed the CO2. So they will give the CO2 here, they will receive the oxygen here. Okay, so again it is the diffusion, because in the tissue CO2 is more, in the surrounding blood capillary it is less, and here in the tissue oxygen is less, and in the surrounding blood capillary it is more. So here again the exchange will occur, isn't it? Here again what is going to occur? Exchange will occur. So firstly we are going to inhale, then the diffusion of gases between this alveoli and the blood capillary will be there. Then the blood will transport these gases to the different organs or the tissues, right? And here again the diffusion will be there. And finally, in these tissues, what do we have? Of course, we have the cell. Of course, we have the cell. So what is going to happen then? Cellular respiration will occur. What will happen, students, here? Cellular respiration will occur. The oxygen will be used to oxidize the food, isn't it? Oxygen will be used to oxidize the food. And again, I'm repeating this thing, and this process will occur in multiple steps. For each step you need the energy, so that heat can release, so that we can trap that and we can form the ATP. So this is the ultimate thing. Okay, this is the ultimate thing. So here you people can see these points. The second thing is diffusion of gases across alveolar membrane. Then transport of gases by the blood. Then transport of oxygen and CO2 between blood and the tissue. right, between blood and the tissue. And then next to that is utilization of that oxygen by the cells for the catabolic reactions. So what is the word here, students? It is the catabolic reactions. It means breakdown will occur here. There is the breaking of carbon-carbon bond here, and what will happen? The CO2 will release, and of course the energy will be trapped. Am I clear here? Yes, everybody, am I clear here? So this point is clear, everybody? Yes. So this portion is clear to all of you. If it is a yes, do let me know in the chat section, guys, quick. If it is a yes, then do let me know the same in the chat section. Sorry for that. Okay, done? Sure? Just a minute. Okay. Fine. So this is what we have here. Now, what is the next thing that you need to understand? So before starting the human respiration, first we need to complete some points here. We need to discuss some things here. So firstly, we'll talk about the different types of respiration here. Like I'll start with direct and indirect respiration. What will I do? What will we discuss? We will talk about the direct respiration and indirect respiration. So can you tell me what is it? Can you just tell me what is it? See, we have two words here. First one is direct respiration and the another one is indirect respiration. When we talk about the direct respiration, as the word is saying, directly, right? So what is happening here? Here the exchange of gases will be there. What will happen here? Exchange of gases between the organism, you can say the cell, the tissue, whatever you want to name here. So it will be there between the organism or body cells, with its, yes, with its surrounding environment, and what's the catch here? Without using any specialized organ. So here in the direct respiration, we do not talk about any of the specialized organ for the respiration, for the exchange of gases. Are you getting my point? There will be no specialized organ. Are you getting my point? Yes, like you can consider the example like simply diffusion through the, right, like by diffusion through body surface. Directly, I'll give you one example here, by diffusion through body surface. You can take the example of many lower organisms that are going to do the same. So that is the direct respiration. Why? Because here the organism or the body cell, they are directly exchanging, right? So exchange of gases between the organism and body cells with its surrounding environment without any, right? Without using any specialized organ, Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes. So here what is going to happen? Again, it is indirect respiration. So there will be an exchange of gases. Right, there will be, again, here also there will be an exchange of gases, but here the exchange of gases between the, right, basically here the specialized organ is involved, number one. Secondly, what is going to happen? Number one is specialized organ will be involved, and the second point here is that here you will see the body cells, they will get the oxygen when the oxygen or the air will pass through that special body cells. Is that clear, everybody? Yes. Is that clear, everybody? So anyone having any doubt here? Anyone having any doubt here? So there the exchange of gases between through specialized organ. Yes? Yes, please tell me. So exchange of gases takes place through specialized organs before reaching body cells, right? So when it comes to these specialized organs, of course, we have different organs. Like if In the case of tadpoles, in the tadpoles, in the case of fishes, gills are there. So when gills are the respiratory organ, the respiration is going to be, yes, anybody? You know that even gills, even skin, even lungs, etc., they are used for the respiration. So when it is the gills, so you can call it as bronchial respiration. What can we call it? We can simply call it as bronchial respiration. When it is the skin, then it is known as cutaneous respiration. What do we call it, students? We call it as cutaneous respiration. Then when it comes to the lungs, so then you will call it as pulmonary respiration. So that is the meaning here. Am I right? That is the meaning here. So that is how the different respiratory organs are used. And of course, the type of respiratory organ, right? It depends upon the habitat, it depends upon the organism as well. Okay, we will discuss it soon. So this is the meaning of direct respiration. This is the meaning of indirect respiration. So anybody having any doubt here? Yes, please. Anybody having any doubt here? Quick, right? So even in the case of insects, we will see that they have trachea for the respiration. So they will show tracheal respiration. We see that in the case of cockroach. Understood? We see that in the case of cockroach. So this is what we have. Okay. Then now the next thing here is we'll talk about, already you know, but still. Now we will discuss about internal and external respiration. So direct and indirect is done. Okay, so in the case of direct, what is happening? Just a minute. In the case of direct, yeah, I would like to add one thing here. Yeah, so in the case of direct, what is happening? In the case of direct, the exchange of gases is there between the organism and with its surrounding, right? Directly, without using any respiratory surface or a specialized organ. So simply the diffusion is there. Number one. Number two is here, the specialized organs are involved. Though, if I talk about the insects, in the case of insects, tracheas, this is just a tube. Right, trachea is what? Trachea is just a tube. So basically what is going to happen, like let's take the example of cockroach. The air will enter through spiracle, through that tubes it will pass, and then it will reach to, right? Then it will reach to that particular organ or the tissue. So there is no medium, right? In the case of insects, you won't see that there will be any blood that is helping in the transport of gases. So in the case of insects, we consider it as the direct respiration because we do not have any transport medium as well there. Okay, right? So this is what we need to keep in our mind. So yes, here exchange is taking place. There are specialized respiratory organ, but along with that, what is there, students? There should be a yes, please, proper circulatory system that will carry it. Is that clear? Is that clear? So next is internal and external respiration. So please tell me, what is it? Yes. So in the case of external respiration, write it here. So when there is the external respiration, like in our case, that exchange which is taking place in between the alveoli and blood capillary, right? Alveoli and blood capillary. This is actually what? This is actually the external respiration. Yes, students. This is not internal, this is the external respiration. Because when you are talking about the external respiration, we are basically saying that the exchange in between the organism and its surrounding. So in our case also, that exchange of gases will occur at the level of alveoli. Because we will inhale the air, it will pass to the alveoli, then there is an exchange with the blood capillary there. Are you getting my point? Then there will be an exchange with the blood capillary there, with the body fluid here. So of course, this part is showing us the external respiration. Is that clear? This part is showing us what? External respiration. So exchange of gases between environment and the exchange of gases between environment and organism. And at what level? Basically, you can simply say, we'll consider the body fluid here, right? The body fluid here. Is that clear? So this is what external respiration is. Okay, and internal is exchange of gases between blood and body cells or the tissue. So basically the exchange that is taking place in between this tissue and the surrounding blood capillary. So this exchange is actually telling us about the internal respiration. Is that clear? It is actually the internal respiration. So exchange of gases between body cells and their surrounding body fluid, or you can simply say their surrounding environment. Of course, you'll see the body fluid there, right? So this is it. And cellular respiration, you all are aware of, isn't it? So these are some basic terms. Okay, these are some basic terms that you need to know. Now, let's talk about the next part. So in the next part, what we are going to understand. See, as I said that there are different types of organisms, isn't it? Isn't it? I'll start with the animal kingdom. So I'll start with the phylum name first. So you know that we have Porifera, then we have Cnidaria, we have Ctenophora, isn't it? I'm writing all the names, I'll use it then. We have Platyhelminths, Esculents, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata, and then what do we have, students? We have Chordata, isn't it? These are the name of the phylums that we have. Yes, I believe you all are aware of it, isn't it? You all are aware of it. These are the phylums that we learn in the case of animal kingdom. So when we start from the Porifera, see, Porifera, primitive one, Chordata, advanced one. So when we move from Porifera to Chordata, basically what are we doing? We are moving from simplicity to complexity. That's how it is. Basically, what are we doing? We are moving from simplicity to complexity. So of course, when we move from simplicity to complexity, the body organization is changing. Like if I talk about the poriferans, we are well aware that they have cellular level of organization. They are just a multicellular body. They don't even have the tissue. When we talk about Cnidaria and Ctenophora, we know that they are having the tissue. Then we are having here the organ. Then we are having the organ system level of organization. Isn't it? So you people can clearly see that how it is moving from simplicity to complexity. Yes, how is it moving from simplicity to complexity? So when we are moving from simplicity to complexity, of course the body organization is changing. The advancement will be there, isn't it? So accordingly the habitat is also changing. Accordingly the demand for the energy is also changing, and accordingly the respiratory organ or respiratory structures are. So this is what we need to understand here. Is that clear? This is what we need to understand here. So you can just do one thing, right? You can just give the title respiratory organ here, right? Respiratory organs here. And this is what we have to discuss, that different organisms are having different respiratory organs. Am I clear? Different organisms are having different respiratory organ, which depends upon their, depends on their level of, which depends on their habitat and level of, yes, habitat and level of organization. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes. So here I'm writing that mechanism of breathing depends on vary in different organisms. Different organisms, and it depends on, yes everybody, it depends on the habitat and level of organization in an animal. Done. So that is how it is. So on the basis of that, we have different type of respiratory. Yes, students, we have different type of respiratory surfaces, or I would say different respiratory organs. Isn't it? Isn't it? So it depends on their habitat and level of organization. Am I clear? Yes, please. Am I clear? Sure? Done? So let's start. So if I talk about this, even in the case of protozoans also, the exchange is directly through the body surface. So from porifera to platyhelminths, students. From where? From porifera to platyhelminths. If I talk about the respiratory organ, they don't have any special respiratory organ. Are you getting my point? They don't have any special respiratory organ. So exchange of gases will occur through general body surface, of course, via diffusion. So in this case, that's how it is going to be. Are you getting my point? That's how it is going to be. And not even in platyhelminths, even in aschelminths, right? Even in from porifera to aschelminths, that is what you people are going to see. That when it comes to the exchange, so how that exchange will be there? It will be through general body surface. So if it is through general body surface, so can I not say that they have no special respiratory organ, right? No special respiratory organ. Of course, they don't have. Now, in the case of Annelida, when you talk about Annelida, you have the example of earthworm, you have the example of leech, you have the example of Nereus. So here also, it is basically skin. You can simply say it is moist cuticle, right? It is what? It is moist cuticle. Now, students, when you talk about this particular phylum, that is Arthropoda, right? You know Arthropoda? What Arthropoda is? Arthropoda is the largest phylum. So this largest phylum of animal kingdom, when you talk about this particular phylum, so here in this particular phylum, students, in this particular phylum, what do you see? You'll see that first time there is the formation of the special respiratory organ. Exactly. In which phylum? In the phylum Arthropoda, for the very first time, what are we going to see? Yes, please. What are we going to see? We are going to see the special respiratory organ. Got it? We are going to see the special respiratory organ. So, for an example, like in the case of arthropods, if I talk about insects, right, let's take the example of cockroach. What do we see there? We'll see the tracheal system, right? A network of tubes we are going to see here. What are we going to see here? A network of tubes we are going to see here. We are going to see the tracheal system here. Now, in the arthropoda, we have another class. Let's talk about arachnids, arachnida. Here you have the example of spider. So here what will you see? You are going to see book lungs. Yes, is it going to be? What is it going to be? It is going to be book lungs. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? So this is for arthropods. Yes? Is it clear? So very first time here in the case of arthropods, you are going to see what? You people are going to see the, yes please, you people are going to see the proper respiratory organ. And it's not like that they don't have general body surface, they do. But for the first time here, we'll see this. Okay, now there is one example in the arthropoda, limulus. Limulus, which is the living fossil, which is the king crab. In that case, you will see book gills, right? Book gills are the respiratory organ. So these are the different example. And even in the case of, even in arthropoda, you will also see, yes students, you will also see like there are some crustaceans. They use general body surface as well for the gaseous exchange. Am I clear here? Yes, everybody. Am I clear here? So in the case of arthropoda, you are literally going to see the diversity here. That's what you people are going to see. Understood? Understood? So book gills are there. Even simple gills are also there, like in your prawn. Okay? So etc. So that is what we have in the case of arthropods. Now let's talk about the second largest phylum, which is mollusca. So I believe in mollusca, do you know about Ctenidia? Singular is Ctenidium. Yes, it's a previous year question as well. Yes, please. Do you know about Ctenidia? Yes, students. Do you know about Ctenidia? We are talking about the mollusca here. So mollusca, Ctenidia we have. right? They are, of course, gills, yet ctenidia we have. Okay, so here what will you see? So this is meant for respiration as well as excretion. Excretion can also occur through this. That's special about it. So after mollusca, what do we have? Next phylum is, students, the class should be interactive. So just tell me quickly. So after mollusca, what do you have? After mollusca, what do you have? Yes, we will have echinodermata. Echinodermata. You know, na, starfish belongs to this. Starfish belongs to this. Yes. So we have echinodermata. So here you have, basically, in some organisms, you will see 2 feet. You will also see dermal branchiae. You will also see the genital. Yes, students, you will also see the genital bursae as well. So body surface, which is known as dermal branchiae, right? Here also, body surface, which is also known as dermal branchiae in most of the echinoderms, even 2 feet, etc. They are used for the gaseous exchange. So that's what you have to keep in your mind. And even after that, when you talk about the other organisms, like if you talk about the chordates, you know that there also the varieties there. Like if I talk about the fishes, I'll see the gills are present, right? Tadpole, which is the larva, right? Which is a larva of amphibian, of frog, it is also having the gills, right? And in the case of frog, what do you see? You see the lungs. In the reptiles, what do you see? You see the lungs, isn't it? Isn't it? So lungs are there. So frog will have lungs, even skin is used, even buccopharyngeal cavity is there. So as per, as I said, as per the organism, as per the demand, so it will, of course, it will simply change. So birds and mammals, they are also having the lungs. So I told you already, when lungs are the respiratory organ, so it will be the pulmonary respiration. If skin is the respiratory organ, cutaneous respiration. If gills are the respiratory organ, that is going to be the branchial respiration. Am I clear? That is going to be the branchial respiration. Am I clear? Yes, please. Sure. Sure. Done. And even after echinodermata, we didn't discuss hemichordata. So if I talk about hemichordates, right, hemichordata, I believe you remember that this is also this phylum is also exclusively marine. So they are worm-like animals. They are present in the marine water. So here they can exchange through moist outer covering or skin surface. Even they are also having pharyngeal gill slits. So that is what we have. These are the different types of respiratory organs. Am I clear? These are the different types of respiratory organs. Am I clear? Yes, everybody? I hope you guys are making the notes as well. Please tell me. Done. So we started with the basics. We discussed the 5 steps here, right? That 5 steps of the respiration here. After that, what we discussed, direct and indirect respiration. After that, external and internal respiration. Even I told you about the cellular respiration here. After that, respiratory organs. And as we know that respiratory organs are as per the habitat and as per the level of organization. That's it. So this part is clear. This part is clear? Excellent. So now we will talk about the humans. What are we going to discuss now? We are going to talk about the humans. We are going to discuss the human respiratory system. Yes. So we are going to discuss what? We are going to discuss the human respiratory system, which will include the pair of lungs, isn't it? What do we have here? We have the pair of lungs. So anything else that you know? Yes? Anything else that you know here? Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. So human respiratory system, no doubt we know that we have the respiratory organ that are lungs. Okay, now the point is, like, of course we have to inhale. So how are we going to start? We need to discuss the respiratory, or I would say the passage by which the air will enter in our body, by which the air will enter in our lungs. So of course we are going to talk about the nostrils first, isn't it? What are we going to discuss? We will be talking about the nostrils first, external nostrils or external nares. Then nasal chamber, nasal cavity is there. Internal nares is there. We will talk about the pharynx. We will talk about the larynx, the trachea, the bronchi, and then later the alveoli, alveolar duct, alveoli, and the lungs, which are present in the lungs. Okay. Okay, so this is what we have to study. This is what we have to discuss. So when you talk about the human respiratory system, of course, there is a well-developed system, and how the air will pass, air will start from the external nostril, right? We will write it here also. We will write it here also. So you guys can see this diagram as well, right? So here they are showing epiglottis. The diagrams which are given in NCERT, they are very important, students. So you can see this part, right? You can see this part. They have the trachea here. Then it is bifurcating. You are having the bronchi, primary bronchi, secondary, tertiary, bronchioles, and finally the alveoli. And here you people can see the lungs as well, isn't it? Lungs, which are present in the airtight chamber, which are present in the airtight chamber, that is your thoracic cavity, where the lungs are present. So that's what we are going to discuss now. So up to this part all clear, guys? Up to this part all clear? Okay, so let's start with the respiratory tract first, okay? Let's start with the respiratory tract first, isn't it? Okay, so let's get started. So of course, firstly, we will talk about the nasal chamber. So we will start with the external nostrils, which are also known as nares, right? External nostrils, which are also known as nares. So these are the opening out above the, these are the openings above upper lip, isn't it? So this is what we have, right? So let me draw the diagram here. Not going to be very good, but okay, fine. So imagine it is our nose. So these are the openings that we are talking. Okay, these are the openings that we are talking. So we are saying, yes, bache, we are saying that we have the external nostrils, the openings, and of course the pair of external nostril we have, right? The pair of external nostril we have. Okay. Okay. Yes. So then they lead to nasal chamber via nasal passage. And here, see, this nose, you know na, here we have the partition. So this is basically the cartilage which is present, and this is actually the hyaline cartilage that we are talking here. Which cartilage do we have here? Hyaline cartilage here. Okay, hyaline cartilage there, right? Okay, so yes, you need to remember the cartilage part here as well. So you can just write it that external nostril, the pair of external nostril, it leads to what? It leads to nasal chamber via nasal passage, isn't it? It leads to nasal chamber via nasal passage, isn't it? So nasal chamber. So both nasal chambers are separated by hyaline cartilage. By which cartilage? Underline the cartilage part here. So this is going to be your, students, hyaline cartilage. Okay, this is going to be your hyaline cartilage, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes, please. Yes, please. Done. So you know that the anterior part of the nasal chamber, right? This is something we all know. So anterior part of nasal chamber, we know that will have here even the sebaceous glands. Sebaceous glands, right? So this is what you have here, isn't it? So sebaceous glands are there, right? The hair is there that can trap the dust particle, isn't it? Yes? Yes, please. Done, students? So now when you talk about the nasal passage, so nasal passage, basically I'm not entering into that part, like in the nasal passage, we see that during the embryonic growth, right? The development, like the what kind of structure is there, I'm not discussing that, because we see that here in the nasal chamber also we see the bones are there, right? Posteriorly bones are present that are making this nasal chamber or nasal passage what? Spiral, right? Long and spiral. And it's important, right, it's important that this nasal passage is long and spiral. Why? Because when air enters, first of all, initially we have the sebaceous gland, so obviously here can just trap the impurities. Now when the dust particles, now when we further move, the air will further pass. Now because this passage is long and spiral, so what will happen? The air will come to the body temperature. Are you getting my point? What will happen to the air? The air will come to the body temperature. That is the beauty here. Plus, in the nasal passage, you will also see, right? Plus, in the nasal passage, you will also see that some part of it is having olfactory epithelium, right? Olfactory epithelium is also present there. Are you getting my point? What do we have there? Yes, please. Olfactory epithelium is also present there. So kindly note down. So nasal passage is what? It is long and nasal passage is what? It is long and spiral. Is that clear? Is that clear? Right? And that is due to some bones that form the outgrowth. That's why it is like that. Done? Okay. So nasal passage is long and spiral. So what will it do? Bring the temperature of air to the body temperature before it reaches the lungs. And above all, before it reaches the lungs, and even here present trap dust particles and impurities. Now after that, so in the nasal passage, some part of epithelium is olfactory, and even is pseudo stratified ciliated columnar glandular epithelium is also present there. Okay, so basically in the nasal passage, as I said, some outgrowths are there because some bony structures are also there. They'll form the outgrowths. That outgrowths will form this passage long and spiral. And as I said, it will help to bring the body temperature. It will bring the temperature of air to the body temperature before it reaches the lung. Moreover, as I said, when it comes to the nasal epithelium, we have the olfactory epithelium, plus we have what? We have the pseudo-stratified ciliated glandular epithelium, right? Pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar glandular epithelium. Now, if you know it, very good. If you don't, let me explain this to you. So when we are saying pseudo means false, right? Pseudo means false. What is the meaning of stratified? Stratified means layered. So actually, we know that we have the epithelial tissue, isn't it? We have the epithelial tissue. So when we have the epithelial tissue, students, so in the case of simple epithelial tissue means which is made up of single layer of cells. So sometimes what happen, though the layer is of single cells only, but it looks like a multi-layered structure. But it looks like what? It looks like a multi-layered structure. So that is why we are using the word pseudo-stratified here. Okay, so pseudo means false, Stratified means layered. So it looks like multi-layered, but actually it is single layered. Okay, and what sort of cells do we have? Columnar. So columnar cells means they are tall and cylinder cells. Nucleus, where is nucleus present? It is at base. Are you getting my point? Plus here, so it's pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar glandular epithelium, right? So this is the meaning of columnar cell. It is going to be tall and cylinder. So because tall and cylinder cells are there, some are long, some are short, some are long, some are short. So they are arranged in such a way that it looks multi-layered. Okay, then ciliated, when I'm saying ciliated, so of course the surface here is having, the free surface here is having cilia, right? Small hair-like structures, right? That helps in the movement. Plus, why do we call it as glandular? Why do we call it as glandular? So glandular means secretory it is. Are you getting my point? So that's why I'm explaining this. I'm saying that some part of the epithelium is having the olfactory epithelium, right? And some part is pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar glandular epithelium. So yes, you can write the short form. So pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar glandular epithelium it is. So why am I elaborating it here? Because same thing we will discuss in the case of trachea as well, right? In our trachea also we will see such type of epithelium. Okay, so you should understand the meaning here. You should know, right, what are we talking. So this part is clear, students? Yes, everybody, this part is clear? Sure? Sure. So next is that your nasal chamber. Next, now because we are talking about the nasal chamber. So nasal chamber, it will leads to internal nares. So you can even call it as internal nostrils. And then next is what? Then it will reach to pharynx. Where will it go, students? It will reach to pharynx. So when we talk about the pharynx, in the case of pharynx, remember one thing. Pharynx is having 3 parts. How many parts do we have? Pharynx is having 3 parts. You can remember it like this, NOL, N-O-L, right? You can remember it like this, NOL, N-O-L, isn't it? Isn't it? I usually ignore such question, but I really want to answer this. A student is saying, why you are not teaching like this in the iconic subscription? What are you talking? What are you talking? Right? When it comes to our iconic subscription or the batches, right, we are teaching first of all like that, or I would say better than this, right? Better than this, because in that batches, in that classes, there is an interaction with the students. Students give me the homework. Like they are not assigning me the homework, they show me their homework, right? I give them the question, they solve it, they calculate it. So what are you talking? Why do we have spammers always in the class? So be it iconic subscription, be it YouTube, when it comes to content, I never compromise, right? I always deliver what is required for your NEET examination. Okay? So please do not type such kind of comments there. Okay, and obviously it is a batch. Batch is having more comfort. Okay, sometimes we sit, we talk, we ask the students to solve the question, right? We give them the homework. So now guys, let's focus here. So pharynx is having how many parts? How can you remember? You can remember it NOL. NOL. So when it comes to NOL, what is this NOL? Nasopharynx. Then comes oropharynx. Then comes laryngopharynx. Okay, this is what we need to know. Now ear, right? These are the 3 parts here. So ear from the nasal chamber will pass to internal nares or nostril. Then it will reach to the pharynx. Of course, it will reach to the nasopharynx first. Okay, which part? Nasopharynx first. So then oropharynx, then laryngopharynx. So students, this oropharynx is actually, right? This oropharynx is actually what? It's a common passage. Because you know na, like you can relate it with buccal cavity as well. You're eating buccal cavity. Then after that food will pass to the pharynx. So oropharynx is just like the common passage, receiving air as well as the food, and then further it will move. Okay, then further it will move. Isn't it? Yes, students, isn't it? So next what do we have? We have the laryngopharynx. So now from the pharynx, what will happen? Yes. Yes. Finally, where will it open? Right, next will be what? Next will be larynx. So you know this name, isn't it? Larynx. the air will pass to the larynx. But how? Let me discuss that. So it is the larynx, the voice box. Okay, the voice box. Larynx, the voice box, isn't it? Okay, so let's go, let's discuss this. So of course, diagrams, my diagrams are not going to be amazing, they are going to be worst, but still they'll help you to understand this topic. So allow me 1 minute. Like, see, now what's going to happen? Your ear will pass, okay? So from laryngopharynx it will pass to larynx. Now that larynx is having an opening, we call it as what? We call it as glottis. What is the name of the opening? The name of the opening is glottis. So that pharynx part, right, that will carry the air through glottis, it will pass to the larynx, right, and then it will pass to what? It will pass to the trachea. Firstly, understand this root, right? Firstly, understand this root. So glottis, opening it is. What is it? It is the opening. What is it? It is the, yes please, opening. Like, see, this is our dorsal side, this is our ventral side. So this ventral portion will have our trachea, na? Ventral side is having trachea. So just behind the trachea, we also have the esophagus. We also have the food pipe, isn't it? So of course, so that is why when we eat, right, it is always advised that we should not talk while eating, because there are high chances, right? There are high chances, because pharynx is something common. Right, pharynx is something common. So just consider, this is the dorsal side, this is the ventral side. So of course, pharynx is common. So then it will carry the air to obviously to the larynx and then to the trachea, isn't it? Larynx and then to the trachea. So the opening of that larynx is what? Opening is known as glottis. Opening is known as glottis. And when it comes to your esophagus, the opening of esophagus is known as gullet. So when we eat, right, when we eat, just, it is advised now that when you eat, you should not talk. Why? Because there are chances that food, instead of entering here in gullet, it might enter in glottis, right? The choking can occur. That is why. Are you getting my point? Yes? Yes? Are you getting my point? So next what's going to happen, right? Next what's going to happen? So air should pass through this glottis. So that is why when we swallow the food, right? That is why nature has managed everything, right? Nature has managed everything well. So when we swallow the food, so this glottis, this opening, this glottis, this opening, when you swallow the food, this opening is covered by, yes, this opening, it will be covered by a cartilaginous flap, which we are calling as epiglottis. So if you ever get confused, always remember, epi means above. So of course, it is just like above. It's just like a lid. It's just like a cover. So when you swallow the food, right, the epiglottis, a cartilaginous flap, is going to cover the glottis so that food can enter in the gullet. Am I clear here? So that food can enter in the, yes please, so that food can enter in the gullet. Am I clear here? Yes, please write it. Done? Okay, so trachea, right? So behind trachea, what do you have? You have esophagus. Behind trachea, what do you have? You have esophagus. So basically, right? So basically, can we say that the trachea lies anterior to the esophagus? Of course. Okay? Okay? Yes, so it is the pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium, beta. Done. So this is the passage here. Then obviously from larynx it will pass to trachea, right? Trachea, which is also known as windpipe, right? Which is also known as windpipe. So we will discuss about it. Even we need to talk about the larynx, but then you can also see here external nostril, nasal cavity, internal nares, nasopharynx, then laryngopharynx, right? Glottis, of course. This is the laryngopharynx part, right? Then larynx is there, then finally trachea, which will bifurcate at the 5th thoracic level. So these are the notes that I have added. So we'll discuss about it, but firstly just have a look. So here you guys can see just above the lips, here the external nares, air will enter, nasal cavity. I'm not highlighting the bones part here. I used to discuss, but not in the NCRT, so I'm not touching it. Then of course you can see through this food will pass, and here air will go, air will go, air will go. So obviously there will be a common passage, right? So pharynx is common for that, and I have specified the part as well. So here you guys can see, when you look at this diagram, can you see this cartilaginous flap here? Right, cartilaginous flap here. So it's not even membranous, don't make this mistake, cartilaginous it is. So this is the ventral side, this is your trachea. So just behind it you have the esophagus. So when you eat the food, if you will talk, there are chances that food might enter here, and obviously the problem can be there. So when we swallow the food, this epiglottis is going to cover the glottis part so that food can enter by a gullet into the esophagus. Am I clear? Am I clear? So next thing, so look at this diagram before starting the next part. Yes, please. Just look at this diagram. Can you see that? I'll show you the diagram from NCERT as well. So this part is what? Epiglottis. Right? This part is what? Epiglottis. Done. Then here you can see larynx part. So larynx is nothing. It is the cartilaginous box only. It is made up of cartilages, right? It's a cartilaginous box. The largest one is your thyroid cartilage, of course. So it is our voice box as well, right? It is our voice box as well. So here you people can see, this is showing the hyoid. This is basically the hyoid bone. Then this is the larynx. And here you have the trachea. And these incompletely covered C-shaped cartilages of trachea as well. So look at the side view, look at the front view. Then I will discuss the same diagram from the NCERT as well. So quickly tell me, this portion is clear to you or not? Guys, quick. Yes, please, quick. Done? Okay, so see one more thing, the structure here. So yeah, we are not going to talk about its, of course, what? It's cartilages. So then larynx we have. So as I said, it's a voice box, it's a cartilaginous box. So it is having what? It is having the vocal cords, right? Due to which we are able to speak. The sound production is there. So there are false vocal cords. Right, students, there are two vocal cords. So, false vocal cord will provide moisture to true vocal cords. Are you getting my point? And this is the one that will produce sound. Am I clear? This is the one that will produce sound. Isn't it? Isn't it? Yes, please. So, see, so what this larynx is going to do, even it will connect this laryngopharynx with the trachea. It is the sound and the voice box. Already told you. It's a cartilaginous box having two pairs of vocal cords for the production of sound. Okay, so vocal cords are formed by the pieces of cartilage, students. So covering, already discussed the type of cartilage, not required. Okay, so that's it. And then you know that what do we have? We have the vocal cords here. So I'll write it here. So vocal cords, how many vocal cords do we have? Two, false and true. So true one will produce the sound and the false one will provide the moisture to that. Isn't it? Isn't it? Will provide the moisture to that. Isn't it? Yes, please. Yes, please. Done? So, which one will produce sound? Your true vocal cords. Am I clear? Your true vocal cords. Isn't it? Okay. So, NCERT diagram. So, this is what we have. So, yes, they do ask you the naming. So, you should know this one they have marked as epiglottis. This one they have marked as glottis. Then we have the trachea having C-shaped cartilaginous flaps. Are you getting my point? Having C-shaped cartilaginous rings, not the flap, but the rings. This epiglottis is the thin elastic cartilaginous flap. Am I clear? Any doubts? Yes, please. Any doubts? Diagram clear? So we'll talk about the trachea, but before that, here you people can see, look at the place where your lungs are present. You can see this is the thoracic cavity, isn't it? Isn't it? So this is the pair of lungs. So the space in between pair of lungs is called as mediastinum. What is the word that we use for it? Mediastinum. And here you have heart, even the thymus gland, etc. Part of esophagus, etc. etc. Is that clear? So this is all about today's lecture, students. We'll keep the one shots, but you people promise that you are going to attend the lectures. You want human physiology, but you don't attend the classes sincerely. So yeah, next part when I'll try to take it for 2 to 3 hours. I'll try to keep it or schedule it at 5 p.m. or the 7 p.m. So we'll have 3 to 4 hours and then we'll be able to finish it. Okay. So today we will discuss it up to this part only. Okay. So that is it. This is about this part, the larynx part. So the trachea, the lungs, and all that thing related to this human respiratory system we'll cover in the next class. So next class I'll schedule on Monday. Will it work? Okay, so if you like the session, do let me know. So students, it's all about you as well. If you will be consistent, if you will revise the topic every day, trust me, you are really going to see that your progress, right? You will see that your result will be better. Trust me. So you have to be consistent, even if you are studying for 2 hours a day, other than your classes I'm talking. It should not be like I'm not taking classes and I'm just studying for 2 hours. No. If you people study consistently, even after classes, if you give 2 hours or the 3 hours to the revision, right? Trust me, you will literally see that your marks will increase, right? Your marks will increase. But before that, you just need to decide that, yes, now I have to give my best. We just have 7 months left, right? So it is the month of September. You consider it, it's gone. So you have what? You have October, November, December, right? January. Then comes February, March, April. February, March, if you have started early, February, March, April is completely for the revision of that 79 chapters, right? So October, November, December, right? Even you can consider January for your syllabus completion. But then after that, just go strictly for the preparation, the revision, because revision is very important. It doesn't matter how much you read, right? It literally doesn't matter how much you read if you don't revise anything. Okay, if you don't revise anything. Done? So that's it. So it is all about today's lecture. So guys, if you want to enroll in our batch, you know that, right? This time you are getting, see, this time you will get our batch at a very reasonable price. You can use the coupon code Ambika10 in the description box of this particular video. You'll find the link for the batch. Okay, so in our batch, yes, we are about to finish cockroach, and then we are about to start the human physiology. So yes, if you will join today, you will get the access of all the previous recordings. Okay, because we have to finish our syllabus. Initially I told you that I'll take it till January, but the way our classes are progressing these days, so yes, we can even finish it in the month of December, because students are those who are responding, they are responding really well, right? And trust me, in that particular batch, you will feel the competition. Students are scoring very good marks as well. So you can join the batch, you can enroll, you can just boost your preparations. So keep studying, keep learning. Even if you cannot enroll in our batch, then follow these YouTube classes daily. You know that we have our Game of NEET series. You can watch that lectures also, but revise and study. Okay, so take care. Thank you so